Have you ever carried a feeling you could not explain? Not a big pain, not a broken heart, just a small, quiet heaviness that stays with you through the day. A word someone said, a moment you cannot forget, a feeling you were never able to put down. It happens to all of us, my friend. We lose our peace not because of what happened to us, but because of what we chose to keep. But here is what many people never learn. The one who decides what to carry controls their own peace. The one who learns to put the weight down walks through life with quiet freedom. Today's story will show you how a person can do this, how to release the weight we collect without knowing, and how to walk forward with a lighter heart. My friend, stay with me until the end, because at the end of this story, I will share one small, simple practice, something you can do tonight that can help you set down what you have been carrying for too long. Now, let us begin. Once upon a time, in a small town near a wide gray river, there lived a man named Dorian. He repaired watches for a living. Patient work, quiet work. He sat at a small wooden table each day, holding tiny pieces of time in his steady hands. He was good at it, very good. People came from far away to bring him their broken things. They trusted him with the fragile and the precious. But Dorian had a problem he could not fix with any tool he owned. He was not at peace. Dorian reacted to everything. A customer who complained, Dorian carried it home. A friend who forgot to greet him, Dorian turned it over for days. A careless word spoken in passing, he held it like something precious and painful. People thought he was a quiet man. He was not quiet. He was full of things he had collected over many years and never once put down. Each time someone hurt him, Dorian imagined it as a stone. And without knowing, he would pick it up, place it into a bag he carried on his back, a bag no one else could see, a bag that grew heavier with every passing season. The first stone was from his childhood. Dorian had spent 3 evenings repairing his grandfather's broken pocket watch. When he finally finished, he brought it to his father. His father wound it once, listened, and said, "It will break again before winter." Then he put the watch in his pocket and left the room. Dorian stood there a long time. He did not cry, but he felt a small, hard thing settle inside his chest. That night, he gave that feeling the shape of a stone, and he placed it in his bag. As the years passed, the stones grew larger. A customer once called him careless and dishonest in front of everyone in the shop. Dorian said nothing. He fixed the watch again, free of charge, and when the customer left, he picked up that stone too. The heaviest stone came quietly. A woman he had loved sat across from him one evening and said, "Dorian, I don't think you let anyone truly reach you. Something in you is always closed." She left 2 months later, and Dorian carried those words like the heaviest stone of all, because they felt like proof that all the other stones had been right about him all along. Soon, Dorian moved through his days with a bent back and heavy eyes. The joy had left his work. He no longer noticed the morning light on the river. He no longer felt the quiet satisfaction of hearing a repaired watch begin to tick again. His world had grown gray, even on bright days. One afternoon, a customer came in with a small complaint, a tiny thing, but Dorian was already carrying so much that one more stone felt like too much. He watched himself reach for it, and in that moment, something inside him simply stopped. He closed the shop early. He walked along the river path until the town was quiet behind him. He found an old wooden bench near the riverbank and sat down. For the first time in years, he let himself feel all of it. He did not notice the old man at the far end of the bench until the man spoke. He was thin and white-haired, with a calm face and easy eyes. He was throwing breadcrumbs, one by one, to the birds near the water. His movements were slow and peaceful, as if he had nowhere else to be. "Heavy day?" the old man said. His voice was gentle, unhurried. "Something like that," Dorian said. "I can see it on you," the man said, still watching the birds. "Not the day, something older than that." Dorian was quiet. He had spent years making sure no one could see it. "It is all right," the old man said softly. "Many people carry what you are carrying. Some bags are small, others," he glanced at Dorian's shoulders, "are very full." A tired sound escaped Dorian, almost a laugh. "You could say that." The old man turned to look at him. His eyes were steady, not pitying, just present. "Then let me ask you something. Why are you still carrying it?" The question landed simply. Dorian had asked himself many times why these things had happened to him. He had never once asked why he continued to hold them. "Because they happened," Dorian said. "They are real." "Of course they are real," the old man said. "Tell me one of them." "Someone I loved told me I never let anyone truly reach me," Dorian said quietly. He could feel its weight just from speaking the words. "The pain you felt was absolutely real," the old man said. Dorian felt something loosen in his chest. He was not being dismissed. "But then," the old man continued softly, "the moment ended. The words faded. The evening passed. And yet here you are, still carrying it." He looked at Dorian carefully. "Who asked you to do that?" Dorian had no answer. The old man reached down and picked up 2 small stones from the path. He placed one on the ground and kept the other in his open palm. "The one who hurt you is like this one," he said, nodding at the stone on the ground. They said their words and walked away. They are not carrying it. They feel nothing. But this one is what you did afterward. You chose to pick it up. You chose to carry it. And so your journey became heavy, while the one who hurt you continued on lightly. A slow wind moved across the river. The birds near the water rose briefly and settled again. "Your pain was real," the old man said quietly. "But the carrying, that part was always yours." Those words entered Dorian like a key entering a lock. All these years he had believed the weight had been given to him. He never saw that he had filled the bag himself, stone by stone, because he did not know what else to do with the hurt. He thought holding it meant it mattered. He never realized the people who had hurt him were not holding any of it. Only he was. He looked down at his own hands, and slowly he opened them. He felt each stone one by one. The watch his father had not praised, the customer who called him careless, the woman who said he was closed. He held each one for a moment. He felt the old hurt of it. Then he set it down, quietly, without ceremony. With each stone he released, something in his chest became less tight. His breath came more easily. The sound of the river grew clearer. He lifted his head, and for the first time in a long time, he saw the color of the sky. He sat there a while longer. Then he quietly stood up. The bag no longer felt as heavy as before. He left the riverbank and walked back toward town. Days became weeks. Dorian practiced leaving stones where they fell. When a customer spoke sharply, Dorian paused, breathed, and let their stone stay on the ground. When an old memory tried to return, he asked himself one quiet question: does this belong to today? Most of the time, the answer was no. That conversation by the river settled quietly inside him. The words did not take hold all at once. They came slowly, gaining meaning with each passing day. His steps became lighter. The joy returned to his work slowly and gently. He noticed the morning light on the river again. He heard the quiet tick of a repaired watch and felt it in his chest the way he used to. Now, my friend, let me share the small practice I promised. Tonight, before you sleep, sit quietly for 1 minute. Place your hand on your chest. Think of one moment from today that still feels heavy. A word, a look, a small disappointment. Imagine it as a stone in your hand. Then say quietly to yourself, "This stone is not mine to carry. I release it." Take a slow breath and imagine placing the stone on the ground. Let it belong to yesterday, not to you. Do this every night. It will lighten your heart. It will clear your mind. And slowly, gently, you will feel yourself becoming free. We cannot choose what others do, but we can always choose what we carry. Your reaction is the quiet power that shapes your path. One calm choice can save a whole day. One released stone can free your heart. And when you stop holding every hurtful word, you finally see how light your life was always meant to be. Peace does not come from others. Peace begins the moment you decide not to pick up the stone. If this story touched you, my friend, share it with someone who may need to hear it today. And if you would like to support us, subscribe and like the video. It lightens our bag a little too. Until the next story, walk lightly, react wisely, and remember, your true strength is not in what you carry. It is in what you choose to set down.